All right, so today we'll continue to solve some basic Python questions. So here we are at dark wilderness, longest digits prefix. So let's try it. Okay, easy code writing. The input string is 12388 test to see the console logs. Given a string outputs is longest prefix which contains only digits. So for example, right here we have a string of 12388. Then the output should be this one. So for example, test2 is that, test2 should be okay. Input string is always check for white spaces, I see. I think essentially we just run a for loop. And if we hit a let's say non-digit, so let's still import numpy. Okay, so solving Python questions, import numpy as np. And the first question is longest digit prefix. So longest digit prefix. And if we have, for example, right here, so this is the input string. If we have input string equal that, then what happens is so for example, we write a for loop for index for I in range len of input string. We check input string I, right, is digit. Let's print the result. And let's see what happens. True, true, false, false. Okay, so if it's true, so while it's true, we append. But basically we have an empty list, empty string, by the way. So let's do a num string. It's an empty string, okay. And basically we just put a while. So while this is true, we just join the string, num string, join. Input string I. Oh, we get an infinite loop. Darn it. So while this is true, we join that. Oh, that's why. Okay. So I plus 1, my bad. Okay, so I think we shouldn't do a for loop. Okay, it should be this. So I equals 0, and while this is true, we do that, then I plus 1. Okay, how about that? How about num string? It's an empty string, really? Okay, print. Input string I is digit. True, true, and then we stop. So input string I, join. What's that? Input string I becomes a number? No, it's join. Okay. Oh, num string equals num string join, my bad. That's why. So then we print num string. Essentially what we did here is, wait, what? Really? How come this is true? So how about a plus b? Okay, let's just do plus. Why the string join doesn't work? Yep, 1 2. And why it doesn't work, I don't understand. So num string, so let's say a equals an empty string, then a join the string, it's a is still empty. Okay, so how about a equals a join blah blah blah. Then what is a is dfd. Okay, then where the thing goes wrong. Num string equals num string join input string I wonder where this goes wrong. So it only prints out 2. Let's print num string at each iteration. Let's see what happens. Okay, so num string is 1. Join that. So it gets updated. I'm not sure why it's obtained. So the num string, why it becomes a number? So what's the type of num string? That's kind of weird. Why it becomes a number, not a string? It is a string, right? Yeah. Okay, it's 2. So first it is I. Join input string I. This is kind of weird. So empty string join with I, and then it becomes 1, right? 1 join 2. It's 2. Why? That's very interesting. Why this is the case, I'm not sure. So string join Python. Okay, so string join iterable. Oh, the join isn't iterable. Is really? Oh, that's why. Yeah. Okay. Got it. So it has to be a list, I guess. Is it? Still not. Oops. So here's a number of list separator is common, and the separator join. Let's try this. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, is it? One, two, three, four. That's right. So each element of S2 is separated by S1. Oh, I see. It's yeah, we should just use plus string plus. My bad. So I think that's that it's simple as that. So let's copy down here to define longest string. I is 0 while input string I is digit, and we just do num string, which should be an empty string by initialization, and then we just return num string. Let's run test. Ready? Output is undefined, exceeded on test. Oh, of course, I plus 1. Yeah. Something went wrong when executing the solution. String index out of range. Oh yeah, of course, because they are all string of that. Okay. And I should be less than the length of the string. So for example, if we have an I less than or equal to the length of input string, input string minus 1. Okay, let's run the test again. Something went wrong when executing with string index out of range. Oh, I see. Okay, I should do now I should change. Okay, I see this I is less than that, so if is digit, we just do that. We should change this to 2 out of 6. Really? Output is 1, 2. Oh, I see. Yeah, originally, or the original has to be good. Okay, so we should add another while. So while that, and while. Yeah, we should use while. We should use a nested while loop. Let's see if it's good. Oh, now it has infinite loop. So For example, the I is less than of that. Okay, so while I is less than or equal to that, we execute this, and then I plus 1. Okay. We should do, oh, that's interesting. So if we do a nested loop, the inner loop gets outside. Okay, so we just should do an if. Okay, if I becomes, okay, so if I equals the length, after we plus 1, if I equal the length of that, we just break. I think this will do. Syntax error. Okay, my bad. If I equal. Okay. It's a good warm up. I haven't done this in for a while. It's, prefix. Let's summarize a bit. Oh, whoops. I still wanna view the best answers. Okay. Best is written in Java. The longest digit prefix, the best one is return, refind. Oh, this is very interesting. What's RE? RE is not defined. Longest. Let's try longest, this one. RE is not defined. It's not recognized by my Visual Studio Python syntax checker, which is pylons. Yep, RE is not defined. So what is RE? It's defined here. Oh, this is more of a yeah. Okay, this is more of a traditional solution. But I don't understand what is RE for that. Digit degree. So this is digit degree. Let's read the problem. Let's define the digit degree of some positive integer as the number of times we need to replace this number with the sum of its digits until we get a one-digit number. Okay, I see. All right. So how should we should first, for example, maybe we should use str. So for example, we convert this first to we convert this first to a string. Okay, so for example, right here, the n is 91. Okay, and what we would do is the digits is just we change it to str, so we convert 91 to 9 that, and then we convert it to int again. Okay, so what we do is we do the sum. So sum equals sum is So digit sum equals, let's think about this. Digit sum is essentially a list, is int s for s in digits. We first convert to the string, then we use list comprehension to sum this integer list. Okay, and this is like our new n. Yeah, so what we should do is while n is greater than or equal to 10, we do this. Okay. Let's try. Okay, so lastly, n should be 1 if we, okay, that's good. So the degree is 0 first, and every time this sum is computed, we add up 1 degree. And for example, right here, we should get a degree is 2. Right. Which we'll just copy down here to here. So digit degree is 0, and while the n is greater than 10, we retrieve the digits of n, and then we replace n by its sum, and then we add up degree, and then we return degree. Run test. Okay, submit. All right, it's not too bad. Let's see some of the top solutions. Pi 3. Okay. Sum of digits. Sum int that. Oh, of course, you use recursive. So what this does is this is recursive programming. It's essentially a while loop because it calls the function itself. Okay, that's very interesting. This is a very good function. Let me copy it to the notes. I don't like recursive programming myself because I'm a numerical analyst. So I wanted my program to be explicitly readable without any recursive component. That's why I don't like this. But this is a good solution. Okay, the last problem in the dark wilderness module is bishop and pawn. Okay, given the position of a white bishop and the black pawn on a standard chessboard, determine whether the bishop can capture the pawn in one move. The bishop has no restriction in distance for each move, but is limited to diagonal movements. Essentially, the bishop can only move in diagonals. Okay, let me copy down here. So this is bishop versus pawn. Given the position of the bishop and the black, so what does the black pawn mean is, can the black pawn be only in the black coordinates of in the same notation? guaranteed length. Pawn length is 2, which means you can be in any grid. Okay, okay. The bishop is that white. If it's a white bishop, doesn't. So a bishop couldn't. Okay, so technically speaking, the white bishop can only move in white grid, but I don't know why the I don't know why it can be in the black grid as well. Okay, essentially it's a diagonal. So bishop is h1, pawn is h3. The output should be false. Essentially, here's the idea. We retrieve the possible grid. The bishop can move in one move, and then we just continue from there to see if it's in the if the pawn is in that list. Okay, so for example, if it's in the d4, what we have here is e3 and c and c3. Okay. I think I'm gonna use NumPy array again. It's particularly useful because, okay, so here is the difficult part is when we're at a D, essentially the diagonal is limited. For example, if we're at a D, the leftmost is A7. Okay. What happens is I think that it's the biggest part is the difference. Is the difference of these two. For example, if it's A and this is C, the absolute value of the difference of the ordinals. So for example, if we have, let's try the bishop is A1 and C3. Okay. The ordinance of bishop, the first entry is 97, and the pawn, how about the so the pawn's first one is 99. I think if their absolute value equals, so ABS, it doesn't matter which one is which, but as long as the absolute value equals, it's good. I think it might be in one line. Oh. It says a string and string. Oh, my bad. Or minus. Okay, this is a string, really? Oh, I should return the ordinance, my bad. Okay. So this is -2, and I think we just do that. So we return Okay, let's just, I think this might be a one-line code. We just return if the difference absolute value is equal between um, the first coordinate and the second coordinate. Oh, whoops, equal, my bad. Wow. It's really in one line? Oh, it's really in one line. Okay. It's a numeric different of that are equal. So you avoid explicitly checking the bishop. I believe the top solution must be in this way. Let's try that. Okay, it is. Searching each direction. As we can see, the search in each direction is quite cumbersome, and right. So this is essentially the same answer with mine, the best solution. So let me copy down the solution. But as we can see, we don't have to. This is a. I wouldn't say it's a practice problem. It's rather a tricky question. Try to trick us. Okay. But anyway, let's be back and let's see what the next module are. Dark wilderness. The next one is eruption of light. Is beautiful string by email domain. Election winners is Mac 48 address. All right. So let's just stop here today. Let's do a. So we have solved 3 problems. And I'll see you guys next time.